and the World Trade Organization. We had the deregulation of the financial industry. We had the Telecommunications Act, which allowed monopolization. More recently, under Bush, with a lot of Democrats voting for it, we've had these bankruptcy bills, which are basically saying you can't go bankrupt if you're a working person, only if you're a corporation. If you're a working person, you're going to pay for the rest of your life to pay off those debts to corporations. And so the Democrats betray their working class base. So the corporate leadership of both parties betray the rank and file base of both parties. And, you know, I think the Greens appeal to both those bases if we get a hearing.
And pro-democracy reforms?
Well, the first thing we got to do is have accurate counting of the voting. There was a reports down from a primary election last week, Cynthia McKinney's district in Georgia, that people were voting for her, and it was reporting they were voting for the opponent. And that's these electronic voting machines. We should have a publicly verifiable voting system where there's a paper trail. And, you know, old-fashioned paper ballots, they use them in Canada. They count them all that night, precinct by precinct. They never have any controversy. We used to do that here, and as we got more machines, we got more controversy. Optical scanners, if people want machines, is a better option because you have a clear paper trail. Electronic machines, even with a paper trail, you can have hacking of the software, and the software cannot be looked at by election officials because it's quote-unquote proprietary. So I'm opposed to those electronic voting machines. In any case, there should be a publicly verifiable voting system. Probably the second most important reform is to have proportional representation. If, say, the Green Party has 10 or 15% support in the public, it should have 10 or 15% of the seats in legislative bodies. And that goes for any party. Instead of winner take all, where everybody who doesn't get 51% or more is totally excluded. And what that creates is one-party districts in every district, and pretty soon you don't even have contested elections because one district will be a majority Republican enrollment, another district a majority of Democratic enrollment, and those parties rule those districts, you know, for decades. We need public campaign financing. I talked earlier about how Hillary Clinton or Rupert Murdoch hosted a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton, the frontrunner of the Democratic presidential race in 2008, and then ran over to a fundraiser for John McCain, the Republican frontrunner for 2008. And they have tens of millions of dollars to run on if they do the corporation's bidding. We should have public campaign financing where every candidate gets an equal allotment of public funds adequate to reach the voters with their message, and also has, for federal elections anyway, access to the public airways. The public airways are public property leased to broadcasters. As a condition of their licensing, they should enable every ballot qualified candidate to have equal time on the media to present their case. That would level the playing field a lot, and it would loosen the corporate grip on our government. The District of Columbia should have statehood. I mean, that's taxation without representation is how this country got started, yet for the people who live in the District of Columbia, they have no votes in the House or the Senate. The Electoral College, you know, about probably the first press release that Hillary Clinton released after she was elected in 2000 when the fight over who won in Florida was going on, is she said she would work to abolish the Electoral College. And she got a nice headline, and that was it. So if the majority of New Yorkers vote for what they want in the fall, they want to get out of Iraq, they want a national health insurance program, they want a serious renewable energy program, I should be the next senator from New York, not Hillary Clinton, who doesn't stand for those issues. She's for staying in Iraq, she's for a compulsory private health insurance system, and her program for renewable energy is basically corporate welfare. Put ExxonMobil in charge, the company one of the companies like that got us into this mess in the first place. But in order to get the word out and let the people of New York know that there is a candidate who stands with them, I need help. Hillary Clinton has tens of millions of dollars. I'm raising tens of thousands of dollars. We're going to get on the radio and TV, not on the same scale, but we'll let people know. But I need people to help leaflet, talk it up, have house parties so we can raise that money to get on TV and radio. And probably the best way to get in touch with our campaign is to go to our website, which is www.hawkinsforsenate.org. 4 is F-O-R, not the number 4, hawkinsforsenate.org. And sign up there, and we'll be back in touch with you, and we will plug you into the campaign, and we will give Hillary Clinton a real run for her corporate money. Thank you.